Huh. Yeah. Let's put those on there. What's going on, guys? Ben from JK Gear and Gadgets. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. It is time to start building the Gladiator, modifying it, throwing bigger tires on it, doing all the cool mods. Now, it's been stock for like 1,000 miles. Actually, how long has it been? Yeah, 1,561 miles. I've left it completely stock. It's time to change that. So the biggest thing that I've been wondering is what tire size do I plan on running? Tire size is gonna dictate a lot about the build. If we throw 35s on, we can keep it fairly stock. If we throw 37s on, we're gonna have to upgrade a few things, we're gonna have to lift it. And if we throw 40s on, it's just gonna get crazy. I don't want to throw 40s on this truck. It just rides so nice. So, luckily, I don't have to buy 35s to really test them out. Because that's my big conundrum. Do I want 35s or 37s? How do I know which ones I want to run? Luckily, we have a set of 35s right here. We put new wheels and tires on the LJ, which is originally a 5 on 4.5 bolt pattern. However, these are JK wheels. Got these from a buddy a while back. They were in bad condition. We sandblasted them, spray painted them with Steel-It, and threw the new tires on. We're running adapters so we can fit the JK 5 on 5 bolt pattern. So what does that mean? We can throw these on here and those on there. Perfect way to test out 35s. Granted, Cassie has no idea that I'm gonna throw 33s on her LJ. I don't think she'll really care because we don't have any plans to go wheel it. It'll probably actually ride better too with 33s. It's not re-geared, all that stuff. Now you're probably wondering, Ben, what has happened to the LJ? What happened to the videos? We don't really know what direction to go with on the build. We do have the JK axles from before I did the 1-ton swap sitting back over there. And the plan is to put the JK axles under here. So the Dynatrack Pro Rock 44 up front and the Rubicon rear in the rear, both with 513s, RCVs in the front, Chromollies in the rear. This thing would be sick on that. So we've kind of held off on that build until we get those axles under the Jeep. But honestly, with 3 Jeeps, it is so hard to keep up with the projects. JK, we still have to fix the body damage, still have to build long arms, lots of work. But back to the Gladiator, that's what this is about. 35s, we're gonna swap these, see how it does. If I like how it drives, we'll stay on 35s. If I think, oh, this drives fine, we need to go bigger, 35s didn't even make a difference, we'll swap to 37s. But what is the first mod that I'm gonna do to the Gladiator? You guys can be severely disappointed. Dun dun dun, cold air intake or just a new air intake system. So, I wanted to unbox this, but I am like a kid on Christmas when I get stuff in the mail. Got this in the mail, sweet deal on Amazon. Normally these things are like 300 something bucks, if not more. They threw like 350. Saw it on Amazon for 285, so I bought it. But why did I buy this? This is the AFE Power cold air intake or air intake system. Are we gonna get 16 horsepower, 24 pounds of torque? Probably not, I don't think so. You guys have heard me before, I do not like spending a lot of money on cold air intakes because honestly, I don't think they're worth it. However, this is a new truck. And I know a lot of people are probably wondering, hey, with the new 3.6, whether it's the JL or the JT, is it worth doing a cold air intake? We're gonna test it out, see if it works, and go from there. And of course, what's the best baseline to do a performance mod at is gonna be when it's stock. No 35, so those are coming later in the video. We're gonna throw a cold air intake on. But what is the other reason? The bigger reason. When I was in Uwharrie National Forest, off-roading this for the first time, on the way home, I felt a reduction in power. It's really dusty there. So I pulled over on the side of the road and went to go clean my airbox, air filter. As you can tell, there's screws here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 screws to take off your airbox and get to your air filter. On every other Jeep or most passenger cars, you have the little tabs. You just pop them off within 5 seconds, dust out your air filter, throw it back in, you're good to go. For some reason, the truck and the new JLs went to the screws. So personally, I hate that. I want to be able to just pop my air filter out, dust it out, and call it good. Granted, with this intake system, I still won't be able to do that because you got to take this little hose clamp off to get to the air filter. But I hate that stock setup so much, it made me want to get aftermarket. I know a lot of you guys work at Jeep, or a few of you guys do. What's the reason behind that? Let me know in the comments. So we're gonna throw that on first and see how it does. I might need the instructions. There's lots of stuff. Where's the carburetor at? I don't know. What a crappy day to be doing this job. Luckily it's in. However, I did miss a few steps. Once the rain started coming, I was just trying to get everything done. I forgot to put the original rubber grommets, which are on the original air intake. There's little grommets where the bolts sit, those 3 bolts I put in. So we have to pop off these rubber grommets. There's a little metal sleeve in there. You just push that out and then the grommet comes out. Reinstall the grommets, as you can tell right there, and over here, and then put the bolt back in. I also forgot to put Teflon tape on this, so I'm gonna have to do that. But overall, it fits pretty good, and we're gonna take it for a drive here soon and see what kind of power we get. Is it gonna make a difference? I don't know, but I'm sure it's gonna be a little louder, but I will say that this air filter is just humongous. It's huge, huge. So I'm definitely assuming it is gonna draw in more air, but everybody knows the whole debate on cold air intakes. Do they usually work? Usually not. However, I think I'm gonna like this air system a little more than the factory, especially since, where is it? Down here. I noticed that there was already some dust and grime up in there from one wheeling trip. It did not filter that well. So that's just one time. I'm hoping that this is gonna work better and we will see in the future. Now, I still do not understand what this box right here is for. Do any of you guys know? It doesn't actually go into anything. It's just molded into here. Maybe it's a chamber that like helps the airflow, some like little Venturi effect. I have no idea. If any of you guys actually know what this box does, let me know. I have no idea. All right. I'm thinking it's just gonna make a bunch of noise, but we'll see. Oh, it sounds sick. Oh my gosh, this is one of the best sounding cold air intakes I've ever heard. Let's roll the window down. Oh my gosh, it sounds like a V8 now, but it's not. I didn't notice a difference, I don't think. Let's see, ready? Yeah! So we're actually good on gas on the Jeep. I mean, enough to go test out this air intake, but I actually have something else to fill gas into. Something I said I would never ever really buy, but I did it because of the spirit of this build. This is not gonna be an overland build, but there will be some overland activities that are done with it. So let's go see what I'm talking about. You probably already know. What do we have to fill with gas other than the Jeep? Let's go out back. Yep, you already knew. Got the Rotopax. Well, I'm gonna talk about this later once we get home, but I actually have it mounted on the Molle Platform Solution rear tailgate panel. It's straight up bolt in, and it's gonna allow us to mount some really cool things back here in the bed securely and without getting in the way. So let's go fill up this little guy, yeah, because I don't want to be that guy that's rolling around with an empty Rotopax, you know, mounted on it. Oh, this is definitely a two-hand job. Oh no, what? Okay. Should probably do some research on how to use these things. There we go. It's pretty easy. It's not leaving in the water though. Fill her up, fill her up. Oh, yep, need to pay. All right, 0 to 60. Let's see what she can do. Auto stop off. All right, I'm gonna get around the turn first. All right, we're ready. Y'all ready? We're going 3 miles an hour. Oh well. I mean, she's going. It sounds so much better. It definitely does get up and go a little quicker. You know, I'm not sure how much. I mean, I highly doubt there's 16 horsepower there. And what they say, 25 pounds of torque, I don't know. I did have my AC on in the very beginning. You know, when I'm doing 0 to 60 pulls, I don't like having the AC on just because that is an extra component the engine's trying to turn. But this thing sounds like a good exhaust. I mean, hopefully the GoPro could pick it up. It definitely does have a little more, you know, giddy up. Not much. If you're looking for performance gains, I don't know if I'd recommend buying the cold air intake, but it sounds so good. Oh, this sounds so good. All right, I'm turning the AC back on. It's getting very muggy up in here. what have we done so far? We did the cold air intake. Yes, it sounds amazing. I don't know how much performance we're actually getting out of it. I just really didn't like the stock setup. The Molle panel in the back is actually from Molle Platform Solutions. If you go over to his website, he has a bunch of great stuff. Overhead panel, rear tailgate panel, all that stuff I did on the JK. He came out with this kit for the truck, and his first idea was actually like you had to drill into the bed to mount it. And I was talking with him, I'm like, dude, if you're coming out with this, you need to make it so it just bolts on. Nobody's gonna wanna drill for a Molle rack into, you know, a $50,000 truck. So I gave him some measurements, an idea of how to mount it in completely, bolt in, and he made it. Of course, I got it for helping him out designing it, and it works flawless. It ties into the back, bolts right up, and you can mount really cool stuff on it. So, you know, I went with the Rotopax just because honestly, they're the cool thing to do. You know, am I gonna be coming up? Will I use it for actual overland activities? Am I ever gonna run out of gas? Probably not. However, when I like to camp, I like making fires, and I'm not very good at making fires without gasoline. So we're gonna head home, and I'm gonna enjoy this sound just a little bit more. Now, I am putting the 35s from the LJ onto this, reusing the LJ wheels. I don't really like those wheels. They're gonna have way too much back spacing, but there is good news. I have already bought new wheels, 17 by 9 or 9.5, I think. They're gonna look amazing on this Jeep. It is a secret though, we're not doing that in this build. We're gonna save those wheels until I decide on permanent 35s or 37-inch tires. So stay tuned for that video. It's a secret. No, I'm not showing you those wheels and tires. Green light, go. Vroom, vroom. Oh, here we go, a little drift action. Sorry guys. Okay, I'm not gonna include any of what I just did in that video because I know people are gonna report me to the police. Oh, that was sick though. I will say that traction control does override the button. Man, all right, let's head home. This actually reminds me, that's my neighbor right there. I have to repair his turn signal on his trailer on the passenger side right there. He broke it off. He hit his garage when he was backing it in. So I gotta weld a new one on for him today. So hopefully we can get these 35s on ASAP, knock this video out because I don't want him getting a ticket. I told him I would do it today after I made this video. So that's very funny that I actually ran into him on the street. Bye-bye 33s. It's time to swap the 35s on. But before we do it, I want to mention that you are going to need new lug nuts. Whether you're swapping, you know, JK wheels on here or most aftermarket wheels, here's the original lug nut that comes on the new generation of axles, whether it's the Gladiator or the JL. The factory have a really, really big conical shape, whereas the JK is definitely a lot smaller. Like I couldn't even fit these lug nuts on a JK wheel. Those aren't JK wheels. But as you can tell, like that wouldn't even go in there, not even close. And they're also a different thread pitch. These are M14 1.5, whereas these are, I think, 1/2 by 20. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. I have so many projects going on, but you can buy these online. I'll throw a link to these in the descriptions. Really cheap, and honestly, I think the black's gonna look a lot better. Got them on Amazon, like 20 bucks, no big deal. So this is gonna take a while. We have to swap all 4 of these tires off, all 4 of those off, put those on here, this on there. Man, this is gonna become a handful. But like I mentioned, we actually do have new wheels ordered. Sitting in the boxes here, yes. But as you can tell, top secret. I guess I can give you guys a sneak peek. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I'll still show you guys. All right. Nope. Okay. I guess, yeah, you're gonna have to wait. I'm sorry, but I will say that these are. I'm excited to see how these look on that. The silver color might match pretty good, and who knows? Are those silver wheels? Well, stay tuned. But that's enough talking. Let's swap those to there. Holy crap, this looks so much better. First off, the gray wheels look so good with the silver truck. This is just a beautiful combo. Now the 35s do have plenty of room. I mean, up here, we still have more than a handful. Since it's a Rubicon, we do have the raised fenders. The suspension sits a little bit taller, so I'm assuming it's not gonna rub off-road. Next week, we're gonna take this out off-road with the 35s, no lift. Make sure everything fits good, works good, no rubbing, and see if that extra inch of ground clearance actually helps us. So, you know, since we went up 2 inches in tire size, we only get 1 inch of ground clearance, but I think it might help, I don't know. But it just looks, it looks so much better than it did before. This looks right, heck yes. Now the LJ on the other hand, just kind of looks a little bit silly, but this is beautiful. So there's gonna be a few things to address. When I go ahead and take this for a test drive, the speedometer is gonna be off, our shift points are gonna be a little bit off, and our miles per gallon readout is gonna be off since we increased tire diameter without fixing the computer. I do not have a tuner yet for this. That's on the long list of upgrades. So it's gonna be a little weird, but however, we can still see how the power is, how it handles, and honestly, like, does it still track good? And I'm curious to see, are the Geolanders gonna be quieter than the Falcons were? I don't know, I love these Geolanders from Yokohama. They're amazing tires. The Wild Peaks have done all right. I mean, they did decent off-road, but they are a little bit noisy, so I'm excited to see how these compare, because I know a lot of people have been asking, how do you like the Wild Peaks? Well, they're different tires are different on every single vehicle, so we'll see about that. But this silver, or the gray, is looking amazing. And my choice of wheels is gonna be amazing. Oh, I wanna show you guys, but we are gonna have to wait. I'm sorry, I should show you, you guys deserve it. But that is enough talking. I do need to air up these tires because these were on the LJ, which means they are set lower. The LJ is a lot lighter than the truck. So I think this has like 28, 27 PSI in it. With this heavy truck, we're gonna want a little more than that. I'll probably bump them up to 33. I'm gonna go grab my power tank and air up these tires. It finally stopped raining, so now it's perfect time to finish up this video. We still have a lot to talk about, and as you can tell, I'm in the process of airing out my tires. I'm still trying to figure out the best pressure to run, but there's one big thing I want to mention to you guys that I don't think anybody's really mentioned before. The original tires that came on the Jeep, the Falcon Wild Peaks, are actually a load range C tire, which in my mind, I think that's kind of crazy, especially if you're buying this as a truck and plan on towing anything with it. A load range C tire, I wouldn't feel comfortable towing with that, especially how heavy this thing already is. So luckily the Yokohama Geolanders are a load range D tire, so I might have to mess around with the pressure a little bit to see where it rides the best. Like I mentioned earlier, these were at like, they're in the mid 20s because that's a sweet spot with 35s on the LJ. So got the power tank here. We're gonna finish up airing these tires up and then hit the road, see how it does. And we still have to talk about what is in store for this. Yes, I just put 35s on it. Does that mean we're gonna keep 35s? I don't know. I mean, it looks good now, but by the time we lift it, I think we're gonna want 37. So we'll talk about, you know, should you go to 35? Should you jump straight to 37s? All that will be talked about once we test drive this with the 35. So I need to stop talking. Let's air this up and hit the road. I'm gonna go ahead and get on it here real quick. I really wanted to end this video talking about the 35s and giving you guys the full build plan for this truck. But honestly, it would add another 8 to 10 minutes to this video. I have a lot to talk about on the 35s and how they just did on the street. But like I already mentioned, we're taking the truck off-roading next weekend with the 35s, no lift, to see how it does. So I think we're gonna incorporate, you know, all that info and talk about the 35s and the future of this Jeep in that video. The video is already long enough, and if you are still here, I hope you've already smashed that thumbs up button, and hopefully you already subscribed to the channel. As you guys can tell, we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff to this. It will be going up slowly, but you know, it's a mix of form and function. So, I mean, right off the bat, cold air intake, 35s, new wheels in there, Molle panel from Molle Platform Solution, and the Rotopax. Definitely nothing crazy, but they're all useful items for sure. Now, talking about the wheels, if you've made it this far, I think you deserve to see it. You know, I've teased you guys long enough. It is top secret. It is the next video. Well, no, it's not the next video. It's gonna be a video. We still have to go off-road with 35s. Psych, got you again. No, I'm just kidding. If you are still here, you wanna see a little sneak peek, it's gonna be really quick, really quick. Whoop. Oh, that's all you get. I mean, it's better than nothing, but as you can tell, it is gray. It's a different gray than that, and they're gonna look so much better. Completely different design than the standard little 8 holes in there. It's gonna look really good with the truck. Trust me, I already held it up there, photoshopped it. It's gonna look sick. So Like always, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. I think the next video is either going to be for the JK over there or the LJ. No, it won't be the axle swap video. We're going to start that probably next month, but probably a JK video. And then this weekend, we are going off-roading. No idea yet, but we're going to test it off-road, see how it does. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next video of the Gladiator series, where we start talking about the future build plans, what we're going to do, and of course, test it off-road with the 35s and no lift. Thanks for watching. Peace.